What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that notifies me when we go live, and I forget to put my phone on mute so you hear the. Anyway, before we get into the weekly review, we do have a few changes to the schedule. Not that it matters because we don't really have a set schedule, but we kind of have a few things on certain days. But we are most likely moving up the six-pack this week to tomorrow, and probably having our NXT or not NXT TNA review also tomorrow. But we had to move those up because we are having a special New Year's Slammy Awards thing extravaganza. But that will be sometime on Saturday. Being New Year's Eve. We're gonna do it, Saturday night, but somebody got to go to church, and I was like, what, but he got to go to church and stuff, and it's cool though. It's cool. I get it. Sometimes you got to go to church. You gotta talk to Jesus, and you gotta say, hey, what up? I'm at church. And I don't know. I haven't been to church in a long time, so I don't really know what happens anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah. It's my New Year's resolution is going to be to offend as many people as possible. I've already started with the Asians, with the six packs. So I'm just continuing now, going to all the other races and religions. It's a work in progress. It really is. But anyway, let's get into the weekly review, beginning on Raw, which starts on Monday, which is Raw. Were there any shows you specifically wanted, DJ? I know we split them up. You get two, I get two.
Let me get 205 Live, please. And I mean, I'll take Raw. I'll take Raw, I guess. I think I actually watched SmackDown before I watched Raw.
This man sounds like he's ordering from McDonald's. Let me get a Big Mac and.
I am. This isn't McDonald's. I thought. Want the McRib?
All right, so you want the good shows.
I mean, okay, you know what? Give me SmackDown Live, and I'll take 205 Live. There you go. You get one good show, I get one good show. Kind of.
I thought SmackDown Live and 205 Live were the good shows.
I said, bruh, this man gonna say, let me get. Oh, so you want to get the two good shows? So I switch it. He's like, but the other one that you just switched to was a good show. Wait, what? What? How that work though?
I'm saying Raw and NXT were kind of crappy this week. So.
Did I take? Well, I don't want NXT. I'm just gonna say that now. I don't want NXT.
All right, I'll take NXT.
Why don't you take NXT and 205 Live then?
Okay, I'll do that. That's what we were doing originally when we started this whole thing. But anyway,
why did you ask me? This man, just oh my god, terrible.
We don't plan things before we go live. We just we wing it. So
we go live and then we plan things.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. You start the show and then you plan. Why would you plan before the show? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Raw, take it away, DJ. All right. Day.
That's enough. Anyway, Raw to me, I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't, but there was something about it this week that didn't have me oh man, this show, man, yeah, oh yeah, like there wasn't last week. I was really impressed by Raw for some weird reason. I was really impressed by Raw this week. Not that it was bad, I just wasn't as impressed as I was last week. I don't know what it was. It wasn't that they had bad matches. Because I mean, Cesaro versus the New Day, that's definitely a match to have. You know what I'm saying? That's a good, pay-per-view quality match on Raw. Charlotte versus Bayley for the, in the same, mold as that. with Rollins and Strowman, kind of the same thing. Rich Swann and Daivari, if they build Daivari up like they should, it could happen. And then with Roman versus Kevin Owens, like it wasn't necessarily in Neville versus TJ Perkins. I forgot about that too. But it wasn't necessarily that it was like a bad show. That was just for some reason I just wasn't into it as much as I was last week. But I mean, I don't think it was bad though. I definitely like I I like the Stephanie McMahon versus like Rollins and Reigns type thing, but it still doesn't make sense to me. Like because Stephanie McMahon is not clear with her intentions at all. Like she's not doing a good job of letting us know who she is. Like it's just still confusing. Like she came out kind of trying to be a face, and she tried real hard at that, and then she kind of started going back and forth with it, and I'm just kind of like I don't know like what to think. Like that's kind of the issue right now with her. Like I don't really know how to take her because like half the time she's a face, half the time she's a heel, half the time she doesn't know what happened with Triple H and Kevin Owens, and the other half of the time she's like I was in on it all along. So like that's just really confusing to me, and that's what I don't like about it. Is like the unclarity from her, which I feel like she's a veteran. She should kind of stop botching. But anyway, I'll Sheamus and Cesaro versus the New Day. The only reason I didn't like this match is because you kind of knew that Sheamus and Cesaro were gonna win. Like there was no reason for this match. With Nia Jax and Scarlett, yeah. Bring back the jobber matches for Nia Jax. But I do like how they're building Nia Jax. I can't deny that I like because it's not like they're doing it every week now. It's kind of one of those situations where Liv Morgan's on my TV. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh wow. But yeah, like I mean, I like how they're building Nia Jax though, as far as not only in this feud but just in general. Definitely, it's definitely a nice. It's got a nice build to it. Like they started off the jobber matches and they continue to build her. Like because at first the jobber matches got a little bit boring, but now that they're kind of sprinkling them in here and there, it's kind of a nice touch. And then you had Charlotte versus Bailey. I love Charlotte as a heel. I just do. I think she plays it off well. Like she does a good job with it. Like is it perfect as far as her like acting wise? Blah blah blah. No, but I do think you know they're doing a good job with it, in my opinion. I think they're doing a good job with her just talking, just her talking and letting her kind of just be who she is a little bit. And I like it. Um, enjoyed Neville versus TJ Perkins. I was so excited for that. I just knew it was going to be a good match. So I was excited about that. Definitely another match that could have been on a pay per view. Um, the Rusev and Jinder Mahal versus Enzo and Cass type attack thing. I like that. I love Enzo in the wheelchair. He was cracking me up. Still trying to do his little thing, like his little like running thing that he does. But in the wheelchair, I thought that was hilarious. And I like how Enzo was kind of he was still there. I like the promo this week too. I thought it was pretty funny. And I think Jinder Mahal being with Rusev actually kind of helps a little bit. Helps Jinder Mahal a little bit because him being with a guy like that, I think actually kind of makes him feel a little bit more serious and not as much like a jobber, in my opinion. Because I kind of got the perception this week that he was a little bit more serious and a little bit more focused. I'm sure no one else got that, but I did. The Rollins Strowman match, I like that. I like Strowman being dominant as usual, but Rollins finding ways to get some sort of moves in whenever he could. I like it ending in no contest, so it doesn't make anyone look weak in that regard. Um, and I like Strowman destroying everything. I enjoy that. I enjoy enjoying Strowman destroying everything. He's probably enjoying it too. But I like that. I like that kind of niche in his character there with him just destroying everything because he can't have Sami Zayn. And I like that he's not always focused on one person either. Like if someone does him wrong or if he feels like he wants to beat up someone, he just kind of does it or he just kind of demands it and like you're either gonna give it to him or you're gonna get beat up, and I like it. I like that about Braun Strowman. I like Braun Strowman a lot. Like I think he's got a very like likable heel character as far as just being the big guy who can just destroy everybody. But I think his personality kind of rubs off on you a little bit too. Um, the golden truth. Yeah. Um, Rich Swann versus Davari. I like that. I like that match too. I like Rich Swann versus Davari. Freaking Davari's backstage segment with Jack Gallagher was hilarious. Them settling it in a duel was hilarious too. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I enjoyed that a lot. And then when freaking I lost it when Gallagher slapped him with that. What was that? What did he slap him with? I couldn't tell what it was.
He took a glove out of his pocket.
Yeah, he. I couldn't control myself when he did that. I was laughing so freaking hard at that. Jack Gallagher, I think, is slowly like just getting better and better every week. Like if you didn't like Jack Gallagher before, as I wasn't like terribly high on him, I think like he continues to like he's one of those guys who like forces you to like him, and I like it. I like I like what he's doing right now. Or if you don't like him, he forces you to notice him, which is always a good thing, especially in the cruiserweight division. Sorry. And then Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Still a good match. I think WWE kind of gives these matches away too much. They give their pay-per-view probably gonna have at the next pay-per-view. They give those matches away too much on Raw just because there's so much time and there's nothing they can do. I don't feel like they kind of tied their hands with that, and that's kind of the issue with the 3-hour thing too. A little bit is like, you're tying your hands and you can't. Yes, there's a lot of segments, but then when you do have matches, it's hard to build on those matches. I feel like sometimes with them, and that's kind of it's unfortunate. But I mean, I think Raw was okay, but I didn't I didn't think it was bad by any means. I just think it just didn't have the same effect on me as it had last week. Casey, thoughts on Raw?
Yeah, I just feel like in general, I'll gonna mute you for a second. There's an echo. Yeah, you mute yourself. That's right. Anyway.
Shut up. At least I understand when there's an echo and don't annoy the rest of the freaking universe that we speak to.
I mean, I don't care about the rest of the universe. I just care about me. So if I'm annoyed, then I gotta fix it.
That's why no one watches anything you host.
But kind of just talking about the week in general before I get into Raw, I feel like, except for like 205 Live, I felt like in general the whole week didn't feel like it should have, especially for being the last week of 2016. I feel like, the last week you should go out, leave 2016 and with a bang. And I felt like they could have done a lot better. SmackDown was better than Raw, I felt like, but I usually feel like that since the brand split. But anyway, I did like the recap of Braun Strowman, just his destruction from last week, just, destroying everybody and killing Christmas, because he did. He killed Christmas. He used
the Christmas tree thing was hilarious though. The Christmas, like I know you had mentioned that because I think I don't know what happened, why I didn't watch Raw on Monday, but you had mentioned that, and then I when I watched it back, that was hilarious. I was so freaking I was cracking up with that
Christmas tree, and it was so good. Just the little things that he does that are hilarious, that aren't necessarily meant to be, but they are. I loved the CM Punk joke by Stephanie. That was good. Got to give
Why
it.
are so many people mad at that, by the way? Like they act like she's not supposed to respond to the CM Punk chants.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's dumb because it's like first off, you get mad at Chicago for chanting his name. Now you're getting mad at her for responding. Like, what is she supposed to do? Number one, she's a heel. So she's supposed to say something that's going to make people mad. Number two, like I don't know why there's such an outrage about it because, like, I mean, he decided to leave how he wanted to. Whatever their relationship is what their relationship is. But to say she should leave it alone when it's obviously brought up by Chicago, I mean, I don't know what you expect her to do.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just fans will get butthurt by the stupidest things. But I loved the Bailey Goldust segment. I thought that was really a good touch for them. I really hope this doesn't turn into a Club versus Golden Truth feud. Please, God, no. Please, please, not that. You know, I love the Club and I want the Club pushed, and I love Goldust, and I like seeing him on my TV. R-Truth, he's he's like your crazy uncle that you don't want to take out in public. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I part of me still loves R-Truth, but he no, just stop, just stop with the Golden Truth. Um, but one thing, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this. This just kind of I had to bring this up at this about this segment, and it's I've noticed this in all of like whenever WWE has like a backstage segment and they're in a hallway or like a back corridor or something. There's always like a pinkish purple light just randomly in the background, and I'm like, why? Why is that there? Why, do all these arenas just have random the purple lights in the? I just don't get it. I don't get it. These are stupid things that I shouldn't question about WWE, but I do. I need to know the reason. I just do. Tell me now, DJ. I need to know. Tell me now.
I can make up something.
That would be better than me not knowing anything. Go.
I'm just gonna let you not know anything.
All right. I figured you would do that, but as far as the Nia Jax, oh god, WWE, like I like when they do monster versus jobber matches to an extent. Like I feel like they should do maybe 3 or 4 jobber matches and then have the heel they're trying to build up face somebody who is established on the roster. That way, when they destroy them, okay, they're a real heel. I feel like with Nia Jax, they just really don't know what to do with her. And yes, partially it was because I know I follow Scarlett Bordeaux on Instagram, so I mean I like her and I didn't want her to be killed, but still, and also I don't know if you saw this, but Nia Jax destroyed her and then leg dropped her face. I don't know if you saw that, but it was her face.
She deserved it.
It was, but her face. Come on now.
I mean, she's dead.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure she's not dead. She just wishes she was dead because she got leg dropped on the face. I don't think you understand the face. You don't do that. You don't do that with a pretty face. But Mick Foley, you could do that because I mean, like he did it. Just whatever.
But Noel, no, you can't do that.
I don't get how does he make that? I don't get it. Anyway, Neville versus DJP. I love this match. It's kind of weird when the best thing on the last Raw of 2016, well, to this point, I thought was heel Neville. When for the majority of his career in the WWE, it felt like they just never used him to his potential. And I still don't think he is at his actual potential. But, I love that they're actually, using him now, hopefully for a while. Hopefully it's not just like a month and then which it probably will be. They'll use him for a month and then he'll forget about him again. But I definitely like this match. I thought it was probably the best match of the night, to me anyway. Um, and I love the post match interview. I thought that was a good touch for his kind of heel character that they're building up. But let's see. Enzo. Enzo. First of all, where do you get a wheelchair with the leopard skin? Where you get that? Wait, I need one, just in case, I ever hurt myself. I need to roll around in style. But I feel bad for him though. I don't know if I'm sure we all saw the picture that they showed from his Twitter with that ass bruise though. That ass bruise. Oh man, that poor man. That poor man. But the best part of this whole segment was when Enzo goes to knock Jinder Mahal off of the apron. I don't know if you saw it, but he made Jinder Mahal accidentally kick him in the head. I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, good job, Enzo. Good job. So I'm trying to think. And then the entire night with, Roman and Rollins, they just need to, book the new Shield with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn and put them up against Team Jericho. See what I did there? See? Jericho, because it's Jericho and Kevin Owens and then Strowman, so it's Jericho. Yeah. I'm available, WWE, if you need it. If you need the creativeness of me, I got you. I got you. And then we got another Emelina coming soon. Oh God. See,
remember when Nia Jackson coming soon?
Yeah. See, I've decided what they need to do with this is they need to build this up, and then when she finally does come back, it's just a big troll, and she's still the heel Emma that we loved, but she needs to like cut a promo like on the fans. All you guys wanted was a stupid Instagram model. Well, that's not what you're gonna get. I think that would be genius.
That would be smart.
But then again, it's WWE. Logic. Yeah, I know. But that's how I would book it. But they didn't hire me. I tried to apply for the job, didn't have the qualifications, gotta go to college and all that. And I did for like 2 semesters, and they were like, that's not enough. And I was like, but I'm better than all of y'all. And they were like, no. But anyway, the Daivari Jack Gallagher backstage segment was probably the greatest thing on Raw the entire night. I love Jack so much, especially him taking the glove out and slapping Daivari in the face with it was hilarious.
What was that? I was like, oh my God, this man.
I think we both lost it at that point. It was so good. It was so good. But yeah, but in general, Raw wasn't that great, but we had the good match and the good segment with Jack Gallagher and Daivari. So I was definitely excited for 205 Live coming up, but let's move on to SmackDown Live. DJ.
All right. That was my turn again.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyway, we're gonna get rid of that. And SmackDown Live. I don't know. How did I feel about SmackDown Live this week? How did I feel about SmackDown Live? I don't know. SmackDown Live wasn't bad though. I liked John Cena coming back. LOL. I really did. I don't know. Like I'm of the impression if he's going to tie / probably break the record, I would rather it happen at a Big Four pay-per-view and not Fastlane end of the line. So just saying. But yeah, like I mean, obviously that's what they're building up towards. And I'm not mad about it. I know the entire rest of the world is mad about it, but I'm not mad about it. I think it's completely fine. I just don't know what they're gonna do with Styles afterwards, because sometimes you take a title off of somebody and they just forget what to do with them, and they put them in the League of Nations. And oh wait, but anyway, yeah, I mean, I liked John Cena's return. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the little promo he cut. I don't know, it had a little tinge of heel in it, but we all know, we all know it's not happening. I also enjoyed the Renee Young Miz stuff tonight. I thought that was pretty good too. I really liked it last week when it pretty much like kind of shocked everybody, but you know, I liked it this week too. I liked Dean Ambrose kind of sneaking up on him as one of the security guards. I thought that was funny. Um, I just like this feud between Ambrose and Miz. I like it. I kind of trying to get Renee Young involved just because no one has gotten Renee Young involved with the Ambrose stuff. So I kind of, it's interesting to see how they're going to play that out. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely I like what the Miz is doing right now, as usual. Probably deserves Superstar of the Year, to be honest. It at least deserves legit heel of the year, if nothing else. Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch. I was just trying to figure out how they were going to allow Alexa Bliss to win, because I was like, Becky Lynch is not winning this dang title back. They're really not. And then the triple threat match for the WWE Championship. I love that. I thought that was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I felt like AJ was gonna win, but I like how they kind of tried to build up Dolph Ziggler like he was gonna win, and tried to build up Baron Corbin as if he could win too. I felt like Baron Corbin was a little more believable than Dolph Ziggler was, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, like I mean, I enjoyed it. I also, what surprised me, I forgot about that, the American Alpha winning the tag team championships. Like I mean, I knew it was coming eventually, but I don't know. I wasn't like I was like, oh my god, that was cool. But then I was kind of like, do I really care? No, not really. But I get it. I understand what they're doing. Obviously, they're gonna do this Wyatt breakup. It's probably gonna happen around Mania. At least there's gonna be like a huge match between the two, Randy Orton and Bray at Mania, which Bray will probably lose because LOL. Why not? But yeah, like I mean, I thought SmackDown. I like how SmackDown felt like the bigger show. Like, even though people I think still look at SmackDown as a B show, but SmackDown's kind of been doing a lot better than Raw. It feels like. Um, I like how they've kind of like this week's SmackDown felt like it meant something to me. I don't know why. I think it was like the whole wild card finals. We're gonna have all these titles defended. This is a big show. This is the big show before big show. This is the big show before the new year. I liked it. I enjoyed SmackDown this week. In hindsight, off on SmackDown Lives Live. That's actually currently still live right now.
That indeed it is. It is live. If you can go on to the network, you can watch it right now, live. It's still going on. You might see the same matches, but they just do those matches over again. So it's not like you're watching a recording. You're actually watching it live. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't necessarily have a problem with Cena coming back because it was inevitable. He's always going to come back. I can't do anything about that. But I am sick of WWE teasing this edgier Cena or a Cena heel turn.
It's darker Cena. I mean, he did look like he got a tan. I'm not gonna lie. Like he got that little tan. Went to the tanning salon. He got that tan.
Yeah, we fixed that.
You don't like the darker Cena? You don't like the. I mean, that was my idea when they said darker. He said darker.
That's not what that means. That is never what that means. It wasn't that. That wasn't what it meant when we were talking about the whatever the team was with the TNAs. TNA, the company went out of business, so I forget teams sometimes. But it had anyway. But no, I'm just sick of them teasing this edgier Cena coming back or a heel turn when we know it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Um, like if they were doing it with somebody who, okay, maybe they could do a heel turn, I'd be fine with it. But we know they're not going to turn Cena heel. They're just not. They should, but they won't. But they're just going to continue to tease it. But then we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, the Wyatts versus the Usos versus Beauty and the Man Beast versus American Alpha. They skipped 3 out of the 4 entrances in favor of a backstage segment with The Miz that they could have just had after the match. That's the only thing that I didn't like. I liked the backstage segments with The Miz. I did. I just felt like, why can't we just have the entrances and then do this?
Who got the entrance?
What?
Who got the entrance?
The Wyatts.
Okay, I thought it was American Alpha. I don't know why.
No, because we came back and everyone was already in the ring.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
But we did get new tag team champions with American Alpha, which is definitely a good thing. Not the new champs I necessarily want at this point, but I do like that we're kind of continuously getting new champions. It doesn't necessarily get stale. It feels fresh. I do feel like they gave them the titles a little bit too late. I feel like we wanted American Alpha to get the titles a while back, because it feels like they've been number 1 contenders like 5 times, and they're just never given the titles. And it's finally, it's cool that they're tag team champions. It's just kind of, why did it take this long for them to become champions? But then we got the Queen of the Universe, Alexa Bliss, versus Becky Lynch. I did like Becky Lynch at one time. I did. But this should not have been a title match. Becky should have been disqualified from any title shots with Alexa after having to stoop so low as to put on a mask and con her way into a match with Alexa. I am disgusted. That is despicable. But we did, we got the debut of the real La Luchadora, so I'm wondering who that is. I don't know. I honestly don't know who it is. And Becky just can't handle the 5 Feet of Fury. She just can't do it. She got another loss. She can't handle the 5 Feet of Fury. I don't know why she keeps trying. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but it is disturbing how much Alexa can bend her arm back. That
that was a little like you need to settle down just a little, just tad, Alexa. That's a little much.
Girl, that is one thing that you cannot. Don't ever do that again, please. But yeah, I liked SmackDown in general. I don't think it was the best show that they've had, but it was definitely better than Raw was the previous night. But anyway, moving on to NXT's house show that they put on TV for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I was definitely excited for a special 2-hour edition of NXT from Japan. I like that they're kind of going to be showing these, international shows that they're having with NXT. I think that's a cool thing, even though they are pre-recorded. I'm still excited about it, just kind of seeing, because we, before we were seeing little clips from their, shows in other countries, or we would see like pictures and stuff like that. But I like that they're actually going to show some of the shows. We got Oni Lorcan versus Andrade Cien Almas. I was very excited to see Almas in his mask again. Because he had previously wrestled in Japan for a long time, and he used to wrestle in the mask in Japan. So he came out with the mask. I was kind of upset that he took it off. I kind of wanted him to just keep it on and just have that be something new. Um, but I wouldn't say this was, in general, the best match, but I do love when commentary actually talks about the competitor's background and history, especially when it pertains to being in a foreign country like Japan. They should definitely build them up like this. I feel like more on the regular show too. I'm sure many fans didn't know, like I didn't know before that Andrade Cien Almas actually beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental title. That would be something cool that you could have told us weeks ago, to help him get over. But Oni Lorcan wins, which I was actually surprised at. I like it because I definitely like Oni Lorcan. I definitely want to see him kind of get pushed and get some sort of storyline or something. But I was just surprised because I figured they would have Almas go over. But then we got Liv Morgan and Aaliyah versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. It felt weird seeing Billy and Peyton not coming out to Billie Kay's music because that's what it seems like they always come out to her. And I was like, what is this? What is this? This is weird. Also, I know Corey Graves was forced into retirement because of injury, but I really feel like they're building up a Corey versus New Jersey feud. I feel like this is happening. He talks trash on Jersey so much. Like they weren't even in Jersey, and he's building up that feud. He is building up that feud. It's gonna be Corey versus the entire state of New Jersey. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. My money is on Jersey, but I think Corey could pull it out. I do. I still don't have any dedicated live, Liv cam or Peyton Royce cam, which is unacceptable. That's the only thing I didn't like about this match was, like I said in previous weeks, I want a specific camera just on them at all times. I don't think that's reasonable. I don't think it is. I pay my $9.99 a month. The least that I can get is a dedicated cam right on Liv and Peyton Royce. That's all I'm asking for. And Alexa Bliss and okay, there's a bunch. Okay, but like mostly Alexa. If I have to choose just one, I'm gonna go with Alexa. But if you can get Liv in there and Peyton, and Carmella too, it's cool. But also as pertained to the match itself, this wasn't necessarily a bad match. It just felt kind of a little bit half-assed, and for most of it anyway, like they weren't really giving 100%. Not that it was a bad match or not that they botched or anything. It just, some of the moves just felt like, are you going at like 75% speed? Like what? It just didn't feel like they were giving everything. And that there could be a multiple factors in that. It could have been just tired from the trip or jet lag or whatever. I give them a little bit more credit being overseas, just because they are traveling a lot. But it just, for me, it felt like something was missing from the match. But it just might be me. I don't know. I'm a wrestling fan, and I have high expectations that I probably don't deserve, but I have them. Okay. And if you have a problem with that, I don't care. I just don't care. But anyway, we had a tag team championship match, which I really liked. I thought, for me, this was match of the night for me. But we had Akira Tozawa and Tajiri versus DIY. I was extremely excited for this match, even though I knew the titles weren't going to change hands. with Tozawa not really being a full-time, member of the roster at this point. I feel like I think they've signed him, but we just haven't seen him enough. Um, and with Tajiri going to 205 Live, it wouldn't make sense for them to win the NXT Tag Team titles if Tajiri is going to be on um, 205 Live, and we don't know what they're doing with Akira Tozawa right now. Um, but I was pumped to see Akira again, which is always a good thing. Um, and I thought Johnny and Akira actually worked really well together. I thought they did, their in ring work together was really good. I don't know if they've wrestled before. They probably have. I just haven't seen it. But and the veteran psychology and in ring psychology of Tajiri was awesome. Um, I love Tajiri spitting the green mist up in the air. It was good to see it. He didn't necessarily use it on anybody, but just kind of the fans being able to see that was kind of cool. I don't know if WWE has a rule against that anymore, just safety reasons. They probably do because it's WWE. And I don't think he used it in the Cruiserweight Classic either, as far as I remember. But I thought it was an excellent match, though. And then we had the NXT Women's Championship match, Nia Jax versus Asuka. Again, a very intriguing match on paper, but it made no sense. We knew Nia Jax wasn't going to win the NXT Women's title. She's already on the main roster in a current storyline. So why would she win the NXT Women's title? I felt like if anything, they should have had Asuka's opponent should have been like Ember Moon, or put her in a triple threat match with Ember Moon and Nikki Cross. I think either of them could reasonably, if they were going to have Asuka drop the title, could I would believe it would be believable to me that either one of them could win the title. But we did get a very impressive German suplex on Nia Jax by Asuka. I was very impressed with that. And then we had the NXT Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which is the match that we saw on December 7th. So, yeah. DJ.
Formerly known.
DJ and NXT.
NXT wasn't bad. I mean, I think it definitely had like I kind of like them showing house shows or like house show style shows on the network. I kind of wish they do it more often. They don't have to do it like all the time, but like maybe like once a month or something. Because I mean, still, they still end up recording a lot of these, so like I just feel like it wouldn't hurt anything. Plus, it still gives you a little bit more kind of on TV experience, maybe not necessarily live, but still an on TV experience. But yeah, like I definitely thought it was a good show. I like seeing coming out with his mask. I thought that was really cool. I thought that I really like that. I've come to the conclusion that Oni Lorcan sounds like a vacuum cleaner name. It just does. It's a thing that's a true statement. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner. I don't know. It's just a weird name. But definitely a good match. I was surprised that Lorcan won. You could tell this was a house show because Lorcan won. Um, you know, just because like I thought it was weird because CN they've been pushing this whole heel turn from CN. Well, kind of pushing this whole heel turn from for CN, but they didn't really with this match. They didn't really do anything with it, which was kind of surprising. But I don't know. Definitely a good match though. I enjoyed it. Then the tag team match, it did kind of feel, and maybe it felt like half, maybe it felt like kind of half speed because it was such a slow match. I don't know. Like I think it kind of hurts that I don't think these four women get in the ring enough together. Like Liv Morgan hasn't been, we haven't seen her in the ring in a while. It feels like, and there was a point where they were pushing her, and then with Aaliyah, like we rarely see her in the ring. So I feel like I don't know. It's just kind of it's just yeah, kind of weird, I guess. But I definitely was excited for this match. I love all four of these women. I think they're great. I like them. I think the more time they get in the ring, the more they can improve, and that's kind of all I want to see. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. DIY versus Tajiri Akira Tozawa. I was excited to see Akira Tozawa again because like they like introduced him in the 205 Live roster and then never used him. So okay, I was just like, well, at least we get to see him now. That was kind of my thing with this match. I was like, well, at least we get to see him now. Obviously we know that DIY is going to win, but this, still a good match though. As far as like just watching it for match quality and everything, still a good match. I enjoyed it. I definitely thought it was a fun match to watch. And then Asuka versus Nia Jax. Yeah, I felt the same way about that. Like, why bring Nia Jax back for this match? Like, I mean, I'm fine with bringing Nia Jax back for this match, but it didn't necessarily make sense. Wasn't necessarily sensical. They could have put, like Liv in there or something like that, or they could have put somebody else in there. That's kind of just already on the NXT roster. Because either way, Asuka's gonna win, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't know why they showed the NXT title match again. I thought that was kind of dumb, kind of a waste, a little bit in my opinion. I mean, they could have shown something else, another match, or maybe a dark match that they had on the house show, which technically is not dark matches on the house show. But like, I mean, just another match or something like that instead of showing that again. Like, I get it, it's a good match, and it's cool and everything. But like, if they were gonna show it this week, why show it? Why show it last week? Kind of like, why show it 2 weeks in a row? Why show it twice at all? But I mean, NXT wasn't bad. It didn't necessarily make any sense, but it wasn't bad for what it was.
I forgot I was muted because I was muted and then I forgot that I was. Anyway, got 205 live. Awesome open video package of Neville's return and heel build up so far, and the build up to Neville versus Rich Swann, which is probably hopefully going to happen at Rumble. But we got Cedric Alexander with Alicia Fox versus Tony Nese with Drew Gulak. I have to say it. I have to say it. A lot of guys can pull off a suit nicely. I'm not necessarily saying Drew can't. I'm just saying something about him in that suit was just didn't know. No, maybe it was. I feel like it was probably just a sizing. Maybe he needs like a slim suit. Just something about it was just like, no, that is not the right suit for you. I mean, I like that he's trying to trying to dress nice. I get it. I get it. I definitely like this match though. I love Drew and Alicia on the outside. It was pretty funny with they kind of get into it and Drew falls to the ground. Alicia kicks her shoe off and picks it up, and Drew calls to the ref. He's like, ref, she hit me. And Alicia gets kicked out of the ringside area. One thing I'm not liking is that, and this is just a consistency thing to me, but anyway, 2 weeks ago, Alicia, despised Noam Dar. Then last week, she let him help her to the backstage. Now she despises him again. To me, it doesn't make sense. It's not consistent. I feel like she should have just refused his help last week and kept the logic in the whole storyline. To me, maybe that's just yeah, WWE and logic. They don't know what that. But anyway, I liked Renee Young interviewing Neville, but why was he in his ring gear for a sit down interview? That I don't know. I felt like and it's a small detail, but I felt like he should have been like in a nice suit. He is trying to people aren't giving him a respect, so I felt like he should have been like the typical heel in a nice suit. I'm better than you. I deserve the respect. But it just, for me, it was weird that he was just in his ring gear for a random sit down interview. Just like, does he always wear his ring gear? Like, does he show up to the show in his ring gear? Like, does this
It's kind
man
of
not?
cold outside. Like that's a little dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, does he not own any other clothes? I'm just saying. Come on now. Um, but I do like how he talked about Rich Swann being his young boy in Japan, but kind of still giving him respect, saying that he's the best that 205 Live has to offer, except for obviously Neville himself. So I like those little details. Um, then we had Mustafa Ali versus John Yurnett. Um, I get that they were in Mustafa Ali's hometown, but does that make a heel not a heel? Like, because wasn't he a
Well,
heel?
but
Or does
technically, are heels ever still heels in their hometowns? Like it
they
depends on
should,
who it is. Cause
they
like
should be. Like,
I get what you're saying though, but they're gonna get cheered regardless. So like I get what you're saying though, because like I kind of was confused on that too. Um, he kind of like, but like I don't know, it's kind of a weird concept because like even when Rollins was a heel, like he wasn't like very heelish when he went to Iowa.
yeah. But I feel like that's where they should be. When if they're really going to be booked as heels, I feel like that's where they should be the most heelish. When the fans are cheering for them, they should go against that. But anyway, I've heard some people saying that they're turning him face now, which that's fine. It just was weird to me that if they're doing the face turn,
I
it
don't
just
think they should. I don't think they should turn him face because like they already built this whole thing up of like he's misunderstood
yeah,
um, and everything. I think they need to keep with that.
yeah. But
Or he should like I'm fine with him doing what he did. I think he should have like still mentioned the misunderstood thing. A lot of times the fans misunderstand me, but obviously I still have love for the fans in Chicago or something like that.
yeah.
I don't know,
But
something like that. Or wherever
um,
they were.
they were in Chicago. It was, yeah. But yeah. I was definitely curious about John Yurnett though. He had an interesting look to him, and I was curious what he could do in the ring. We didn't see much of him, but I was wondering what really was going on with his leg because he was favoring his leg a lot. Um, Later, I did find out that apparently he had at some point blown out his knee. I don't know if it was a pre-existing, knee injury that he just said, you know what, I'm going to fight through it and get my opportunity, or if he did it in the match at some point. I didn't see any place where he really would have done it, but yeah, he could barely bend his knee, so hopefully, he's okay. I just, you know, I don't know if it was a pre-existing injury, they definitely shouldn't have let him compete, and I don't think they would have if they knew about it. Just with WWE's, that's one thing that WWE is usually good with is injuries. Is they won't let you wrestle. Um, well, depending, but I definitely liked the Davari video package that they had. Um, part of me kind of wants to see, part of me kind of wants to see Sean Davari come back for just maybe like one segment or something at some point. You know, in this video package, Davari says, I'm better than my older brother. I feel like, if they had him come back as at least for one segment, it would be something cool. Like, are you really better than me? Kind of a thing. But and plus, because I kind of miss Davari. I do, the older Davari. I miss them a little bit. And then we had the segment of the night, the Gentleman's Duel. Jack Gallagher versus Arya Davari. And Jack was gentlemanly enough to walk us through how a duel works. Okay? First, they chose their weapon, either a frying pan, a nice thick rope, the classic lead pipe, an umbrella, a wrench, a candlestick, or a nice teapot. Um, Davari, Davari chose the lead pipe. Jack chose the umbrella. This entire segment was amazing. It indeed was the greatest duel in WWE history. Uh, um, just the things that uh, Jack did with the umbrella just completely took him out. It was the greatest thing ever. Um, and then next week we get the return and 205 live debut of Tajiri, which I'm definitely excited for. We got Rich Swann versus Neville versus Rich Swann. I did kind of wish this was for the cruiserweight title, and both me and DJ off air, I think, said that we thought it was supposed to be for the cruiserweight title, but at the same time, I want to see even more build up in this feud because I definitely like where they're going with it. Just to just to kind of also to show how bad WWE fans are. I don't know if you noticed this, DJ, watching it. In the same match, not different matches, the same match, we both got "This is boring" chants and "This is awesome" chants. I was like, bruh,
Yeah.
like really, in the same match. But Neville got the win. I thought it was just a really good match, and I'm definitely excited for what they continue to do with this feud going on. But thoughts on 205 Live? Oh, also, I did love the attack after the match, and the release German suplex was beautiful. And then I loved Neville yelling, "Bring me my crown." I hope they actually do something with that, where like he has like a crown or something, saying he's the king of the cruiserweights, King Booker.
I definitely enjoyed the video package. I thought it was great. I like the video package to start the show. It really like kind of did a good job of wrapping up, Neville coming back and doing his thing. Neville as a heel has been absolute gold. It's brought him back into relevance, which is a great thing considering it's been hard for Neville to kind of not get lost in the shuffle with, just on normal WWE programming. So I think him being in the cruiserweights has really helped him a little bit, and the way that he did it has helped him a little bit too, a lot actually. Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander. I agree. I felt kind of odd watching Drew Gulak in that suit. It was just there was something off about it. I don't know what it was, but there was something just that was just really off. Um, I did love the when he fell down and Alicia grabbed her shoe and he was like he was like, she hit me. She hit me. I was cracking up at that. Um, I definitely thought it was a good match. I like the whole no. I still like the no MDR Alicia Fox stuff, but I definitely agree with you on that thing too, where like the inconsistencies kind of hurt a little bit. Hurt, it can kind of hurts it a little bit. I still kind of miss no MDR saying Alicia. I miss it. He should have said it at least once this week. Um, but I don't know if you felt this way, and maybe I missed something um, during the show. But where was Cedric Alexander? Like, did that just not come off as weird to you? Because I don't feel like they should have had that much time alone anyway. Um, because like Cedric had just, I mean, I know she got thrown out of the match, but like I don't know, like and I think it maybe would have made a little bit more sense because the match was already over when this happened. I think it would have made more sense if they would have showed on the Titantron and had like Cedric looking on or something like that. Or like they would have done it during the match or something like that. Like to just have like kind of have that distraction. But I don't know. Definitely a good match though. I love Tony Nese. I want to see Tony Nese versus Neville because like battle of two jacked cruiserweights. The Mustafa Ali match, I liked it. I was excited to see the guy Urnit. Is it Urnit? Urnit? How you
Yeah.
pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I like him. I was excited. I did think he had like an interesting look about him. I didn't notice the knee injury. But I mean, I was excited for the match nonetheless. I don't know. Like I'm kind of on the fence about the Mustafa Ali thing. Like I don't like that they kind of like made it seem like he was turning face, but I understand like you're still in your hometown. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I kind of want to see what they're gonna do with Mustafa Ali because they really haven't done anything with him. The gentleman's duel was the greatest thing ever. Um, I love Jack Gallagher coming out in the freaking suit. That had me. Well, it wasn't a full suit, but like I mean, coming out with the dapper attire, I thought that was hilarious. Like I said on the Raw part of the review, like he just makes you notice him. Whether you like him or you don't like him, you're gonna notice Jack Gallagher, and I like that a lot. I like that he's different enough for people to kind of be like, at least notice him, at least see him, and at least be like, there's something about this guy, and I like it a lot. I love him explaining the freaking rules. That was hilarious. And I like Daivari reactions too as well. Like I like Daivari reactions since they're so different. Um, I like Daivari reactions. You're gonna choose an umbrella? Really? I like that a lot. And I like Jack Gallagher using the umbrella in the ways that he did, and breaking the umbrella on top of that. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, and then the main event, yeah, I thought it was a cruiserweight title match. I did. Like I could have sworn they said that on Raw. But still a good match nonetheless. I was excited for it. It was longer than I expected it to be, but definitely I was still excited for it. Definitely a pay per view quality match, and I'm excited to see it on a pay per view, probably Royal Rumble. But I like the way they're building this a lot. I got to go back to the Neville interview too. But I like the way they're building this. I think they're doing a good job with it. I like that Neville defeated Rich Swann because a lot of times I think that's what they do with non-title matches is kind of an ability to protect the champion a little bit. I can take this loss here because I'm still the champion. I mean, regardless of face or heel. And then the Neville interview with Renee Young. I don't know why I didn't catch the whole in his ring gear thing. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the placement of it when they showed it or something like that. But I didn't. I mean, obviously I knew he was in his ring gear, but I didn't think about it. Um, I did catch that little awkward like I don't know what took him so long to like sit down. Like I don't know like that was kind of awkward. Like him just like he just like kind of stood there for a long time. Um, but it makes a little sense though because he's kind of been kind of very to the point and very serious. But I liked at the end. I like him calling himself the king of the cruiserweights and all of that. I thought that I love that stuff. But I like at the end when he split like and I don't know like shout out to WWE for this like touch, but like he specifically was talking about how people going to like an event or going to like a country or even just being in America and people not understanding him. And Renee Young at the end of the interview was like, "What was that last point?" And he was livid. I was like, "Oh my god, that was amazing!" I freaking love that part of the interview. I enjoy heel Neville so much. Like I think it makes him stick out too. Neville kind of just being a heel right now, it makes him stick out, and I like it. I'm enjoying it though. I want to see how they continue to build this because I'm definitely enjoying heel Neville. It's probably the best thing on one of the best things on WWE television, if not the best thing on WWE television. And yeah, like with the fans kind of in their match, I don't know. I don't know if WWE fans get wrestling. As weird as that sounds, like as weird as that sounds, I don't know, and it's kind of weird because I can't really say that either because like Mustafa Ali versus John Unit was just a wrestling match, whereas like Neville and Rich Swann already has a storyline behind it, so I don't know why they would think it was boring in the first place. But I don't know. It's weird. But definitely, I enjoy 205 Live. I think putting the cruiserweights kind of on their own is helping them out a little bit, and I think it's even helping them out on Raw a little bit. I don't know if you kind of got that vibe, but I think it's helping the story development on Raw too.
Well, I think as far as, fans not getting wrestling, it kind of it goes back to, and I don't know if you saw the video that I shared. I think I shared it in one of our chats. The wrestling isn't wrestling video.
I think I've seen that before.
But the guy says in the beginning, WWE, at least for as far as like Raw and SmackDown, it's not a wrestling show. It's a show about a wrestling show. And I actually watched that for a second time, and I actually thought about it, and it's kind of true. Raw and SmackDown aren't necessarily wrestling shows. They're shows about a wrestling show, if you really think about it. So it makes sense that fans really don't understand wrestling when they see wrestling to an extent.
Yeah, like I feel like fans don't understand like just watching a match and seeing the story told in the ring. Like there has to be already a storyline there. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
But I definitely I think the two best things are Neville's heel turn right now and Jack Gallagher's storyline, because first of all, starting off with Jack Gallagher a little bit, I like, first of all, he does kind of force you to like him or force you to notice him. But one thing I really like, and I give Daivari credit, is he's working off of Jack Gallagher. Like he's playing along with it. He's right in there with it, kind of not understanding and, acting all confused and everything. He's right in the storyline too, so which is a good thing. Some people would just kind of no sell it and to kind of, I guess, use that phrase, not necessarily, no selling in a match, but no selling the storyline. Some people would do just because they wouldn't know how to react. But I like that he knows how to work off of Daivari kind of not knowing, why would you take an umbrella? I have a lead pipe. What are you doing? And then, Neville's heel turn is, one of the best things that they have going right now. I would love to see Tony Nese versus Neville. I think that would be a great match.
Tony Nese versus Neville versus EC3, like the three just huge, the three biggest guys in wrestling.
The three biggest cruiserweights, which is just weird. I don't even know if I think EC3 is probably too big to be a cruiserweight, but still,
that man got too much muscle. That man got too much muscle to be a cruiserweight.
But yeah, definitely, 205 Live was awesome. NXT SmackDown was good. Raw but I just felt like in general they should have been a lot better being the last shows of the year. You kind of.
Did you find it weird too that NXT didn't do like a best of for the last show?
What I found weird.
Last year they did two of them, I think.
Yeah. What the thing that I found weird was not only did they not do a best of, but they also aren't doing Slammies this year. Like they've done Slammies since like the 80s. Like,
I'm surprised they're not doing Slammies.
But we are doing Slammies.
Yeah, we are.
Night, Saturday afternoon, whatever.
After night.
Saturday. At some point on Saturday, we're doing our Slammies. So look out for that. Get excited. Leave your comments on who you think should win certain categories. But we probably will tweet out the categories at some point on our Twitter. But we will be doing that. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing our TNA review and our 6-pack of our top 6 favorite women's wrestling matches of all time that are not
and Florida.
and Florida,
in Japan.
of all space and time. But yeah, we'll have that. Hopefully, none of the matches will be in Jello or pools or
Lingerie.
I mean, technically,
Well, technically, it's all.
Amy did say we could do bra and panties matches because she did. So I mean, I guess. But we'll have that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, share the video, follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast, and we will see you on the dippity that is flippity. Oh yeah.